Today we're going to be covering 4 proven strategies to get more Amazon product reviews. The first one is pretty obvious, and that would be asking family and friends to leave you reviews. Now, it's obvious, but it's not really obvious of the appropriate and proper way to go about this. Now, I'm not going to tell you to go manipulate Amazon product reviews, because that would be irresponsible of me, because that would be manipulating Amazon's terms of service, and no one wants to do that. So the way around that is to ask family or friends to leave you a review. Not a 5-star review, a review. And odds are they'll probably leave you a pretty good review. Something to keep in mind is you don't want to ask them to do this all at once, because it's going to look a little weird when you have all these reviews coming out of nowhere, especially for a brand new product. So you want to basically stagger them as much as possible. Also, if you were to happen to have some family and friends across the country, that would make more sense as far as Amazon's bots are concerned with flagging, incentivized reviews. Make sure they're not buying the product from the same town, right? Make sure they're coming from different states. And another tip for this is to make sure that they're not leaving the review before they get the product or even on the day of getting the product. Good best practice here is to tell them to wait at least 10 days until after they receive the product to leave the product review. Next is Amazon Vine. Amazon Vine is Amazon's solution to incentivize reviews. Essentially, they're allowed to incentivize reviews, but you're not. But it is what it is, and we'll play within Amazon's system. And the way this essentially works is you would give Amazon a certain amount of products and you can give them away. And the way to do it, in my opinion, or in our opinion, or our best practice, how we do it is we do 30. We do the full 30, so you give away 30 products, and this ends up costing you $200. So what you get for this is usually between 25 and 30 reviews. You rarely get all 30, right? But you could pretty much depend that you're gonna get about 25 reviews on your product fairly quickly. This is the only way to get a lot of reviews on a product quickly without flagging Amazon's bots, because they know where these reviews are coming from. They're coming from the Amazon Vine program, and they're trusted reviewers. Now, this might sound a little expensive to give away so many products and then to spend $200, but realistically, having more reviews drives down your cost of sales for your PPC. So what we actually recommend is to really do the reviews before you even launch your product, so your product already will have maybe 15 or 20 reviews on it before you even start spending PPC on it. This can help you tremendously because it's a lot easier to sell a product with some reviews as opposed to no reviews. Now, some of you might be saying, yeah, but what if I want more than 30 reviews? We'll save that tip to the end. So next I want to talk about a review automation tool that Helium 10 has, Seller Assistant. This helps you get more reviews more easily. So essentially what it's doing is, instead of you going into Seller Central and basically clicking the send review button, it'll do it for you. And you could set up all kinds of preconditions within the tool, so it'll send out the reviews when you want it to. This helps you basically scale, right? So in my opinion, it's not that helpful when you're first starting out, because this doesn't really help you get more reviews. It just helps you send out the emails more easily. So if you're only making maybe 100 sales a month, you might not necessarily need this tool just yet, because you can easily just click through that yourself. This is more of a scaling tool that'll basically just help you more efficiently get reviews. But the problem with this, all this does is increase efficiency. It doesn't necessarily do anything for getting you more reviews, like increasing your review ratio like something like inserts would. So next we're going to talk about product inserts. Product inserts are a great way to essentially increase your review ratio. And there's the right and wrong way to ask for reviews. And these are 2 different inserts for 2 different products. And we have a link here. So this is a QR code that the customer can scan. And it says it in a couple different ways. So on one here it says, product reviews help us reach more customers like you. Leave your review here, right? And this is directly on the instructions. So we do it this way because it helps reduce costs. We have everything we need here. It has the instructions for the product. We have our QR code, and then it tells them a little bit about the brand too. Little White Box is a US-based brand dedicated to offering quality, locally sourced products at affordable prices. The screwdriver you hold in your hand was assembled with love and pride in British Columbia, Canada. So that's kind of like a smart way of us telling them that this isn't some cheap Chinese crap, and it was made in Canada. But essentially for the review, we use this QR code that they could scan, and this essentially sends them right to where they would normally leave a review. So it's a link back to their own Seller Central account. Things like this will tremendously increase your review percentage, and you have to do it anyway, right? You're gonna want a nice product insert, and this is a great way to talk about the brand, maybe offer some instructions, and then you put the QR code right there, right? And notice how we're doing it. It's like right below the instructions that we did a good job doing. Same thing on this one. right? And then we tell them a little something about the brand right next to it. Here we're telling them that this specific product was handcrafted in Philadelphia, right? By doing an insert, you can essentially provide the customer with instructions, tell them a little bit about your brand, and give yourself an opportunity to get a review. So these convert the best, in my opinion. The key to this is to use all these together. That's how you get more reviews. At the end of the day, you need a review strategy, and that's what this is. It's a review strategy. You start off with friends and family. You do customer Vine. You use tools like Helium 10 Seller Assistant to automate the reviews, so you're not spending so much time sending out those review emails, because you will have a low conversion rate for those reviews. And then you do things like inserts where they will help drive those conversion rates as much as possible. Now, I promised you guys a tip about Amazon Vine, and here it is. If you guys want more than 30 Amazon Vine reviews, what you can do is you can make a variation to your product and do 30 reviews again, and you could pretty much do that forever. Guys, I hope that helps. If you have any questions about our review strategy, leave a comment down below.